Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the SBP. We are 1 week away from the NFL, the first NFL Sunday of the season. And we're hype about that. We talked a little football last week. We're going to get even deeper this week. But as always, I'm joined by my man, 50 Grand. Source, what's good?
What up, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good this morning. Man. I'm making it, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, man. Can't complain. Another day, another dollar.
That's what it is. And also back to start the NFL season, my main man, Joel, what's good?
What's up, fellas? Excited. Let's do this.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Yeah, this time next week we'll be some of the pregame shows will have started at this time and getting us even hyper. Even though we would have already played a football game because we got football, of course, two games actually. Yeah, two games coming up. Thursday and Friday, right?
Hey, bro, you just trying to disrespect the Eagles? We ain't started the show yet.
You know how I do. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Thursday and Friday we got NFL football. It's be kind of weird having a game on a Friday though, right?
Yeah.
An NFL game anyway.
Yeah, you don't through me. Matter of fact, look, I told Noah, Noah O.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I was coming down to his store and DJ for a couple of hours Friday evening. Then I looked at the schedule. I was like, hold on, bro. Why the Eagles playing on Friday night? I don't understand. So I did that to myself. I can't blame nobody else, but I'm gonna roll down there.
That's the Brazil joint, right?
Yeah.
That's the Brazil joint. You playing the Packers?
Yeah. They can't wear green.
Yeah, I saw they're wearing black. You're going back to those. I think y'all won at least one time before, so it's like the black uniform. Look kind of sweet.
No, yeah, we wearing white.
You sure?
Well,
we wear white jersey
pants. Like they're wearing white.
And the helmet's black.
Yeah.
Helmet's black. Oh, you talking about the helmets?
Helmet's black. I think you say Joel, black pants.
Yeah, I think it's black pants, black helmet, white jerseys.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
so y'all might look better, man. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I like is green, is collard greens and money.
I'm not sure what the Packers are.
It's all good though. It's all good. And of course, Thursday we will have what we got Lamar against Mahomes, right? Mm-hmm. That's how you start that thing off right there. And that's gonna be fire. That is going to be fire, man. Source, I know you don't, of course, Source doesn't participate in fantasy football, and that's just of the FanDuel type, right? But Joel, how you feel about your draft of the night we had, man? You remember who you picked up?
Yeah, I think. What happened was I think I took too many running backs, but they're all good running backs. But I probably skimped a little bit on the receivers. But aside from that, I think I did pretty well. Maybe throughout the middle of the season, I can make a trade where someone needs a running back. But overall, I think I did pretty well. So
I feel a little bit better about my team than the team I had last year. I got kind of strategic, you know what I'm saying? So out there, I think I grabbed Lamar, Kyron Williams out there. Even got our Corum as the handcuff out there. So, we'll see how that goes down out there, man. So I'm pretty happy with my squad. I got my man St. Brown. Gotcha. So we're gonna go at it and see what it is. So here in the SBP, we have our Godfather draft tonight. So that's the league. 99% of the people in that league have been with us since day one, or pretty close to day one. So that's the one that would hardly ever change. Even though we did have one subtraction and an addition, because our guy Caesar, of course, is over serving the country this year, so he's out of it. I wasn't sure if he had access to his messages or be checking his phone or anything, but I sent him a message a couple of weeks ago just to see if he was going to be able to participate in anything back. So Justin Upshaw is in the mix now. So he's in the mix in the Godfather League, and we're going to get down tonight at 8:00. And that is, if you know anything about that league or the people that are in it, we talk plenty of smack in that league. So it's cats that can really play. 8 games. So And if you're out there listening, you better be in your A game because I'm back, baby. I'm back.
That's about the waiver wire. So how you manage the waiver wire, man?
Indeed. So, at least in this group, that's one of them groups that they don't really care about having the first pick because you do understand. I'm trying to think the last time that I even won a league with the first pick. Right, so
I think I got this last draft was the first time I had the first pick.
Yeah. So, I think I remember one time. I think I did. Did I win that league? That's been about 3 years ago, and I maybe made it to this. I don't know, but dang, I don't need that first pick to do damage, man.
You don't. You definitely don't.
Yeah, I like. Get me in that middle somewhere. That middle, or even towards the end. I'm good money.
Snake draft too.
It's all good, baby. But look, guys, we got some stuff we're gonna talk about. Jawan is supposed to be jumping on, like I say. Of course, he has to peel himself out of the bed. So
I buzzed him to see if he shows up.
So maybe we we'll jump in and hold off to on the Patriot talk for him until if and when he shows up. So, but we're gonna keep it moving, like so. But look, I'm gonna start with you, Joel, because Source and I talked about this a little bit last week, and of course I'm gonna ask him again because some of his thoughts might have changed. But the season is here. We just talked about Thursday and Friday. We're going live with it. Outside of your New York Giants, is there a team or is there a player or something to do with the game that you're really looking forward to, checking out this season?
I mean, aside from my own team, I always look forward to seeing how the rookie quarterbacks play because there's a lot of hype. I mean, there's a lot of hype behind them most of the time, and this year there was a pretty packed up quarterback draft. Unfortunately, we lost one of them to injury with JJ, so we're not seeing him this year. So sadly, even though it works out for me because we had him in the first game of the year anyway. But I do look forward to seeing like Jaden Daniels and Drake May's not starting, but eventually when he gets a chance, guys like that. I do look forward to seeing some of the rookies get some play time, and I want to see how my rookie does. So stuff like that. It's usually like seeing the young guys. That's what I look forward to the most. See who actually step up. See who's actually worth that. That there's no lottery, but you know what I mean. High picks.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week, and I was telling Source that was the thing I was most excited about. Was these young quarterbacks, man. Not just the rookies, mainly the rookies, but then some of the matchups that we're going to get with the young quarterbacks and the rookies. It's going to be fire this year, man. I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. Source and I were talking last week of some matchups with CJ Stroud, not only to see can he duplicate what he did last year, but we're going to get CJ, out there and Caleb Williams going to be facing each other this year. Like the schedule is set up to be fire for these quarterback matchups. Source, what you got, man? Anything changed or what's up?
I don't know what I said last week, but looking forward to
yesterday.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing the Ravens. I want to see how they approach this thing with this backfield, including Lamar. Gonna be on some Michael Vick work done type stuff.
Ooh.
Definitely want to see Miami. Miami's always fun to watch. Plus, my oldest daughter is in a fantasy league at her job that she just started.
Congratulations.
And they did a draft for last week, and her first pick was Reed. So that ought to be fun. And I want to see if Detroit can do it again. See if Detroit can come back and repeat their efforts to even go further this year than they were able to do last year. Last but not least, especially for week one, I want to see how this goes. I am looking forward to seeing half the league start games with a black quarterback. This is crazy. It's 15 black quarterbacks starting this week. 15.
Wow.
15? You never saw this day. You never saw this day coming. So I think this will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they are as we go further into this uh, political implosion we're headed for. It'll be interesting to see how they are actually treated between now and then, or even after that, because this is going to get a little wild. But that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, I agree. That nobody we would never thought we would see that, but that's going to be crazy. Um, but yeah, I think the NFL, like I said, did a great job with these matchups. Of course, some of them are already the teams are already laid out. Of course, you got to pay certain divisions anyway, you know, every few years and things of that nature. But man, a lot of the matchups that we're getting, and a lot of the matches we're getting, like even the first 5 weeks, are ridiculous, man. Something else that I'm looking forward to is outside of we talked about, of course, with Caleb Williams and that exciting, at least on paper, offense. You know, even down to not just the receivers, but getting your former guy, you know, DeAndre Swift over there. I think his style is going to fit Chicago well for the way that they want to play. And they got a 40-year-old backup tight end. Y'all know Mercedes Lewis is still in the league.
I saw
40 years old, bro.
He made the team. That's impressive.
It made it.
it is.
And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he miss the season last year? I think.
I,
He
I
got
think I
injured
think
or something.
I
Huh?
think I think I saw him last year,
Might
but
have been. I think it was a season or something in there. Maybe it was the year before last.
might have been the year before. Yeah,
Somewhere in there, I think he missed all or most of the season. I think he had gotten hurt or whatever. But yeah, regardless, 40 years old, bro, and he made the squad. The
yo,
backup, a pretty good tight end.
coach.
Come in its own right, but that's gonna be crazy. But Aaron Rodgers, man, we didn't talk much about Aaron Rodgers last year, and people had certain expectations for Aaron Rodgers last year, whether it was it's an upgraded quarterback for the Jets, so they definitely got to be better, right? And then he got the Aaron Rodgers is wash contingent. I don't know about you guys. I feel like from what we saw from the Jets outside of Zach Wilson and whoever else was behind center, right? The running game was definitely there. You know, Brees Hall really, woke up after coming off of that injury. Defensively, I thought they were pretty as solid as they could be, having to be out on the field as much as they were. I'm thinking that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers that we know. I'm thinking that Aaron Rodgers just needs to go out there and be a good quarterback out there. And I think the Jets could be scary for a whole lot of teams on certain Sundays, man.
I agree. I think they were a solid team, like you said last year. Without, I mean, they didn't really have the quarterback. They could have been better with the quarterback. Unfortunately, that did not work out for them. Aaron Rodgers played 4 snaps before he snapped, so that did not work out. If he can stay healthy, which is an if, regardless, he is what? How old is he now? Almost 40. Is 40 right now. If he can stay healthy, they can make some noise for sure. I think he still got it. He's a smart player too. On top of that, it's just going to be can he? It really just comes down can he stay healthy, and that offense should be able to. Like Garrett Wilson's real, like legit. Brees Hall legit. They added Mike Williams. We'll see. That defense has been legit since before they had a quarterback. They settle stuff. They don't even need Hassan Reddick, but if they will, I mean, that's a nice little piece to add if they can figure that out. But yeah, I agree. I think they can make noise if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy.
Yeah, I guess. Well, for me personally, if Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I don't think he's going to be Aaron Rodgers from 2 years ago, but it's not really based on age. It's more based on health. I'm just more concerned about health than age. I think 40. I think he's fine. Like you can't be MVP. What 3 years ago?
Basically,
Was that right? 4 and 3 years ago,
yeah.
whatever it was. That recently and just fall off the face of the earth. The injury does play part in it, but the pieces around him are pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do, and hopefully he does stay healthy and can give the people what they were expecting last year.
They were hyped last year.
They were. It was, oh yeah.
Last year.
Hey, the NFL is disrespectful to put them on Monday night though.
True.
That was disrespectful. I'm like,
It
y'all
was
could
super. Even ESPN was hyped. That's why. So I was like all over. It was hyped all over the place. And then I didn't even see the snap before he got hurt. I heard about it before I even got to put on the show. I'm put on the game. So that's crazy.
Oh no, I mean this year. I mean,
Oh,
this
you're
season.
talking about this year? Oh, so
Yeah.
bad. So all
First
right,
game
yeah.
was first game.
I
Was Monday
mean,
night.
we'll see. You know?
Hey, about marketing, baby. And it's about marketing.
It is.
Yeah, to me, it's nowhere for them to go but up. We talked about, Gary Wilson. If Mike Williams, people seem to forget he's there. If he can recover from that injury, and they said he's ahead of schedule, right? And we've known Mike Williams in his times with the Chargers to get, to be questionable a lot of weeks, right? But again, he's somebody that doesn't have to be the Mike Williams that we've seen at his height. I think if Mike Williams comes in as that competent number 2 to a Gary Wilson, giving Aaron Rodgers, another target, a guy that can, they can go up and get it, a guy who's not afraid to go over the middle, a guy that can run. I'm not going to put him up there and say he's one of the best route runners in there, but he can run every route, And so I think you're adding that to what you already had. The rookie running back behind Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, looked really good in the preseason. He looked really good. And I imagine whether or not, and hopefully nothing happens to Breece Hall, because I really like Breece Hall. But Braylon Allen is really looking like a guy that could step right in right away and, handle the touches. So I think the Jets could be scary. I'm not saying top 3 in we're talking in the AFC, but I don't think anyone should be surprised, surprised any Sunday or any Thursday night or whatever we're getting. If they're playing a quality opponent, the Jets end up winning the game as long as all those pieces can stay on the field. Because the defense is going to keep you in it,
Sure.
And Aaron ain't got to come out and throw 4. It's going to be some games he might only need to throw 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To win the game. And that's scary enough, man.
So
I'm definitely looking out for the Jets. Again, I say it every year, and it's always a team or two. But football is just better to me when the Jets have a decent team. The Jets at least winning some games. Because they got a great fan base.
They're loud.
I don't know about all that, but yeah.
They got a good fan base, man. You watch them when they show those early games and they're out there tailgating.
Yeah.
They're crazy. When they show them in the stands, they're crazy. I know we talk about a lot of teams have been suffering for a long time, and it just don't feel right for the Jets to suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, they've been suffering. Like you said, it's been a long time, my friend. It's been a long time. They're craving it. And look over here, like that's all they do is suffer. This is what they do.
I remember we used to see the Saints and stuff with the bags over their heads. But what was it, a couple of years ago when they went to one of the games and there was some Jets people. It was out there, snow coming down, snowing, and they sitting in the stand with bags on their heads. I'm like, come on, man! This is crazy.
They suffer for sure. That's why they were so hyped, though. Aaron Rodgers they're revitalized them, and then that's why it must have been soul crushing to see him go down. That sucks. Oh, man.
Hey, like, oh no, we suck again.
Shout out to everybody that's out there watching. Shout out to Dig. He's out there packing up, but he's in the chat. What up, brother?
Hey, Dig, who playing? Oh shoot, I forgot he is not a Vikings fan. I was about to say something about the Vikings. Never mind.
He's a Patriot fan.
He's still a Jets though. Well, we can understand why you feel that way, my man. So we can definitely understand. Too bad. Matter of fact, too bad Juwan on here right now because I would like to ask him about that. Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of the group members in the SBP, Keys. So I'm just gonna give you a quick update. William Keys' son plays. He's playing little league football, right? So I'm just gonna tell you in 2 games, this young man has 4 touchdowns on 6 carries and over 200 yards rushing. I just wanted to put that out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on, Prime. Hold on. Is there video of this?
There's video. There's actually video of it. He's gonna put it. I don't think he put it in one of the other groups. I think on his page. I don't know if he put it in our group. Last week I think he put the picture of his son breaking the joint. Crazy. I think up the middle and around the end. But I'm watching video now. He's striding too, bro. It's like
that's what's up.
4 cats behind him in opposite color jerseys.
Damn. It's impressive.
And I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm matter of fact, I might have to share this show. He got a joint. The young man got a joint looking like LaDainian Tomlinson on this bad boy. Like I'm telling you. So shout out to Young Keys, man. Shout out to Young Keys. Get money.
Blue.
Hopefully you don't grow up and end up on the Commanders.
Oh.
So, anybody but the Commanders.
I mean, yeah.
But then again, I'd be a bad person saying that because you got to follow your dream in your heart, and that's his squad. So he's a commander. He makes it to his team. You know, I'm a fan of people who get to make it to the league and play for their childhood team. That's why I was always crazy about Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys drafted Dez Bryant because the man was a die-hard Cowboy since he was a kid. You feel me? So
I get that. I respect that.
Yeah. Got to respect it. Joy, what's your thoughts on Josh Allen? Source and I were talking about this last week, and I know a lot of people are expecting a decline in Josh Allen's play. I mean, let some people tell it he's been declining because he keeps giving the ball away more and more every year. But we know in a given Sunday, the same man that threw 3 picks last week can account for 5 touchdowns in a game. So. But yeah, but with the losses, this team has suffered. Not only defensively, which their defense kept them in a lot of games, but offensively, namely, Stephon Diggs, and then of course they lost Gabe Davis as well. His main deep threat. I think he's over in Jacksonville now. What do you think about Josh Allen this year coming up with some new guys he got to throw the football to?
I mean, it's up to them guys. I like the rookie Coleman. I think he could be good, but
that's you, baby.
I think he's good. I think he could be good. I like Curtis Samuel. He's a reliable receiver, but I mean, they're not upgrades over what he had? That's probably the best way to look at it. Unless they become upgrades, I don't know. It's really dependent on how those receivers stepping up. Josh Allen is a talented dude. I would love to see that because I don't know exactly once Dable stepped down and became the coach of the Giants. I don't know, did his picks go up since he lost his that coordinator? Right. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what because I know he was already good prior. He was good with them, and he's been good. Problem is he is a turnover machine, but he could give you his touchdown. The man he gets his numbers up. He's not afraid to throw the ball, and he's not afraid to run the ball. He is a very talented man. Unfortunately, some of them throws become picks, and that costs them, and really, I think he can turn these guys into something he can work with, but it really, really depends on I think it really depends on Coleman. Can Coleman be that number 1 guy now? Over because Curtis is good, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's be interesting to see if they try to make Coleman the number 1 guy right away, or do they kind of lean over to what's the kid, Shakir? Shakir made some big plays for them last year. And just interesting to see how they handle that. Are they going to try to force somebody to be the number 1? You feel me? Right. Yeah, because the guy that's going to benefit the most is a guy that I always thought that would eventually become a star in this league, and that'll be second-year tight end Dalton Kincaid.
I like it.
Yeah, when they started to have some of the issues they had last year, he was the one that Aiden was getting the most targets. He was, Josh Allen was looking at Dalton Kincaid. And I think we see that even more so this particular season, while that young receiving core starts to, starts to try, they try to find their way and try to develop out there, And then I also think, too, he's going to have the advantage of another year of James Cook, who, although he wasn't getting in the end zone a whole lot, he really ticked it up last. What did he finish last year? He's finishing the top 5 in rushing.
Did he?
Last year. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he finished in the top 5 in rushing last year. So they had more confidence with him running the ball as well as those swing passes and swinging out of the backfield. So I think while a lot of people are expecting a decline from Buffalo, if it happens, I think it'll be more so from the defensive end, because I still think once they get that offense cooking, and everybody stays healthy, I still think they're gonna be a problem.
Looking forward to seeing this. So here's my thought on Josh Allen. Maybe less is more. Maybe he becomes a little bit more conservative with giving people chances or taking chances, and it turns out to be a positive for him not letting them joints go as much as he has, especially in the red zone.
Right.
That's a good point.
It could flip. I don't know. I mean, he's a wild boy, so he might still just throw that junk wherever. You never know. But I could see it flipping and him being more conservative and it being a positive for the team overall, especially.
I can see it
with a lesser defense potentially going forward.
Right. That's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. It's a very good point.
You frozen, Prime? Prime is frozen?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, having some difficulties there. Hopefully straight now. But yeah, so we ended off. I heard you say less is more, so could be more, and I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. But like I say, a lot of people are expecting them to fall off, And granted, if we see, early in the season and he's already thrown 8 picks, I don't know if that's still a fall off. They're used to turning the ball over right at certain points. But I still think they could just be a problem for a lot of teams. I think Josh is going to be Josh regardless. I don't, less is more, but I think with him, Josh just want to be Josh. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing's going to take him out of trying to make plays with his legs, whether he just takes off with it or he's extending plays, right? Yeah. But this is the year, I think, when we started talking about combos, we talk about the Mahomes and the Kelseys and, the Andrews and the Lamar Jacksons and things of that nature. I do believe this is the year we really started to talk about the Josh Allen and the Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton takes a big step in his second year. Don't get me wrong. I think Dawson Knox is still going to play, especially when they get down near the red zone. But yeah, this is the time. As with a lot of tight end and receiver, tight end and quarterback combos. Source and I talked last week, not only about this combo here, but about Kirk Cousins and Pitts. Pitts is finally going to be able to get up off the mat. Your boy was holding him under. Because he's going to have somebody who's going to actually utilize him. If you know Kirk Cousins, Kirk loves the tight end, bro.
Sure does.
He loves a good receiver, which he's going to have in Drake London, and he loves the tight end. He's proven it throughout his career. So those are two quarterback / tight end combos that I think are going to be really good this year. So, fellas, let me ask you this. So we all know that the Chiefs won it again last year, undoubtedly. They went out there, they handled business in the close game. Was it 25-22, Super Bowl 58? So the question has come up: what team can dethrone or will dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs this year?
That's a good question.
Is anybody up to the job?
In just the AFC, or are we talking about in the whole, like in the Super Bowl? Like,
let's just talk about the AFC.
Well, let's see. Well, like I said, if the Jets are healthy, that's a possibility. I don't know if I trust the Browns just enough yet. Texans, I like the Texans. I actually like the Titans too, but I don't know about the quarterback yet. We'll see.
Titans, interesting. Okay.
I like the Titans. I don't know what Will Levis is. What second year basically. We'll see. But I do like their squad is pretty stacked.
I think they'll be better than they were last year, definitely. But yeah.
The Ravens.
Ravens another good option. Bengals are a question mark.
See, like the Ravens for the job source.
More than anybody else. I could say nobody. I'd be good with nobody, but if I got to pick somebody, I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay.
So help me remember last year. I'm having a blank. What were the Ravens? Were they 1 seed or 2 seed?
They were one. Now, don't give me a line. I'm saying one confidently.
Because I know the Chiefs were the 3rd seed. They were 3 seed last year.
Yeah,
I believe.
Who else would it have been?
So who was the number 1 last year?
They was one.
Yeah. That Ravens thing is interesting because now with the addition, of course, of Derrick Henry and not having to rely as much on Lamar, you would think, hopefully for them, that they should have a chance to get it done. That was a close game last year. I think last year was 7-point game, right? 17-10, I think, in the playoffs.
Yeah, they tricked that joint off though. They tricked that joint.
Yeah, they did. They did. Hey, but look, that's when you're dealing with the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. You got to play the perfect game. See, the Chiefs, everybody can't do what Kansas City did. Kansas City can go out there and be stagnant for 3 quarters. You know what I'm saying? And just stay in the football game. They can make the mistake. You saw last year they get through the drops. The Kadarius Tonys and the Vardar Scanners.
He's gone now. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. That's true. He's gone. But you get through. They do this every year. Like if you go back and watch, almost every year that they've made the Super Bowl, there's something that they got to get through, right? Last year there was I told y'all this is it, and they had the little drought and they weren't scoring points. The offense was stagnant. They went through it the year before. The same exact. The people were questioning the offense. See, this is it. I told you this was going to play out. And they find a way to win. It's like you have to play a near perfect football game. You're going to have to find a way either to blow them out, find a way. And we found out years ago that that's because you up by 28, I think it was, whatever. That ain't safe. No. Well, it wasn't safe back then. This team's a little bit different. You can't do what they do. They can be imperfect, but if they're in the game, it's a problem. So you have to play perfect football. And again, and so it's mentioned, the Ravens were reminded of that last season.
I'll say the Ravens didn't have to be perfect. If they, am I misremembering, or didn't Burrow drop that joint? Didn't Zay drop that joint at the 1?
Yeah, you had to drop there. Then you had something else happen.
Or fumble it at the 1, I should say.
Yeah, but still, this is not.
They were terrible. They were terrible in the first half.
Yeah,
and they should have tied the game up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they need to be perfect, but you surely can't make them timely mistakes, especially turnovers. That's crazy.
Yeah. So what we find out, there you go. Appreciate you, JB. You said Ravens were number 1 seed last year.
Yeah, they were 13-4. It was up by 2 games on everybody.
Yeah. And that's my point. What JB's talking about right there against the Chiefs, you need to play the whole 60 minutes. So my thing is with Kansas City, it's not always about them undoubtedly being the better overall team. They're just going to take advantage of whatever you do or don't do, right? They'll mess around. They'll play a game and turn the ball over more than you will, and be in the game, you still got a problem. They'll mess around and not convert in or near the red zone, and you can be perfect in the red zone, but it could be something else that costs you. You see what I'm saying? It's just their run has been a run of one being a good team with the best player in the National Football League. I think most people will agree with that. I mean, you don't got to, but that's what I'm saying. A Hall of Fame coach, a gimmicky type offense that works, but you understand it doesn't. If it was that easy, then everybody would do it. It's not going to work for everybody. He makes it work. Right. They draft well, but they're just the type of team that you need to lay it all out and play the full 60 minutes if you're going to beat them. I can't be any more, I can't say that anymore. If you want to go back and look at all the years that they've gotten to the Super Bowl, you can pick playoff games leading up to it, AFC championship games or whatever. It's a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of teams that will tell you the same thing. If you go back and watch those videos, you're going to see exactly what I'm telling you. Teams have had chances. They just don't capitalize, and the Chiefs capitalize when they need to capitalize. That's what it is. So if I'm looking at this year, though, fellas, if I'm looking at this year in the AFC alone, it's tricky. It's really tricky because we just spent, a little time talking about the Buffalo Bills and the new pieces there. But I still think, like I say, Allen's going to be Allen. Cincinnati Bengals come to play, right? Come into mind. You got Joe Burrow back, right? How much does losing a veteran like Mixon cost them? They're going to go with the two running backs, like Zach Moss and Chase Brown, I believe, are going to be their running backs.
I like Moss.
Yeah, I do too. You've got situations still brewing, with Chase, Jamar Chase. He still want that money. And it's funny, it's not funny he's asking for the money, but what's weird with his situation versus like a CeeDee Lamb is it was time for CeeDee Lamb to get that extension, right? The boy still got, a couple years left on the contract. He want his money now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they still haven't ironed that out. So how much does that affect that team? So it's a lot. It's a lot for me to really put them in that mix. But if Joe Burrow's healthy, they're going to be around. If they can get this Chase thing situated, they're going to be around.
True.
I don't know if there's anybody else to trust them, though. Other than the teams you guys name.
Yeah.
We're not trusting the Dolphins, right?
Nah, now they got to go play in the cold.
That's a good point too.
The Dolphins.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just when it's a good team. It's another good team.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
they're fun to watch, but they have their.
But here's the problem, though, and you're absolutely right, Source. But here's the problem: they don't finish with the number 1 seed. Depending on what that weather looking like, you might have to go to Baltimore at some point. Might be a little chilly out there. You might have to go to Buffalo. You know how the weather gets down in Buffalo. You might have to go to Kansas City. So we can talk about them being good, which you're absolutely correct. But we know they getting that cold weather. It's about to be a problem. It's about to be a real problem. They better get the number 1 seed. So
yeah, I mean it's between them and the Jets, right?
Yeah. Yeah. At least with the Jets. At least if the Jets go play somebody, Joel, at least they'll be used to cold weather.
They're used to the cold, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Totally different. Yeah, Miami.
Aaron Rodgers definitely used to cold weather.
Oh well, he is. He definitely is. He's made for that. But like you said, Tua come from the heat, playing in the heat. You know what I mean?
And getting all the heat.
Getting all the heat. So he's not used to cold at all. That's a good point.
I was telling Source last week that you hear about the comments he made, Joel, about him and Flores.
What did he say? I think
so beef between them. He just came out here in the last few weeks and he was talking about how horrible a coach he was and the things he used to say to him. Yeah. And I'm saying to myself, Tua need to shut up. This is the wrong time, bro. Like, if you want to have those comments in the off season, and somebody, that's one thing. You right here on the cusp of the season. You got folks already doubting you anyway. Your own team don't want to pay you the money that you want, right? I think you need to go out here and do something. Don't get embarrassed and put out the playoffs the way you did last year. I don't know if regardless of my feelings about a certain coach and whether or not he does, because we've heard things about Brian Flores before, right? Yeah. I don't know if I'm having this conversation. They lost in the playoff, but last year they scored 7 points when they got beat.
Didn't they just extend Mike McDaniel?
Yeah, Mike McDaniel's got that loot. He's got that bag.
4 years, I believe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He is invited to the cookout, by the way, if y'all ain't know. Well, he would be in the cookout anyway because he found out he's biracial anyway, but I'm just saying, he definitely cookout. So, But yeah, what they like? It was like 25 or 26-7 last year. They got beaten in the playoffs. Miami,
Yeah,
the Kansas City, bro. And the game could have been worse than that. Should have been worse than that.
probably.
Yeah, so I'm not putting Miami in nothing.
They got to
I
prove
don't
it.
care. I don't care if Tyreek Hill is on a record pace again this year. Okay, that man, we could get to week 8 and he could be 400 yards, above the next closest wide receiver. Tua could be leading the league in passing as he did last year in passing yards. You're not gonna convince me until they get it done.
Point.
So yes, but I'm not trusting anybody else. Just the teams that we named. The piece about Houston, and that's something that's interesting because they play both sides of the ball now.
They're young, but I like them.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. D'Amico had them people playing some pretty decent defense, all things considered, last year.
Mm-hmm.
So especially when it came to getting after the quarterback. Now you're adding a Mixon, a Joe Mixon to that, to that mix.
Right.
Stephon Diggs to that mix. I saw a source. I saw your comment the other day about them letting Noah Brown go. You weren't surprised.
No, I mean, ain't but so many. Like, what they gonna do with him? Just have him over there chilling, especially after having a couple solid appearances last year. Have that man as the fourth option? The fourth? Nah.
Man, you never know. This is the NFL, man. You are a tool growing away from, from this, and then you're gonna need somebody at that third spot. I'm just saying. I just was kind of surprised.
Not me, but
I don't care.
You were looking for the benefit. I see.
I'm
you were
greedy
looking for the benefit.
I want it all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so who made it? What was the hip hop song? Was it Warren G? I Want It All. You remember? I Want It All. I think it was Warren G. It's old joint. I can hear it in my head now. I feel like it's Warren G.
Is that Warren G?
Was it Warren G?
Now I gotta look it up.
Man, look it up. Yeah, I need to know now.
Warren G.
It was Warren G.
Good call.
Shout out to the G-Funk era. All right, so let's get into our teams, man. Let's talk about what we're expecting from our squads this year, what we like to see, things that happen. And so I'm gonna start with you because usually I know you get in mixed like I just don't know. I don't care. Do this, y'all do this. I want to know what you expect from the team that will be wearing white and black come Friday night. And I want to start with you first because you felt like I was disrespecting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we got all year to do that, so I won't disrespect them today. But I do want to see, how do you feel about your squad this year and the changes and all that stuff? What you expecting?
I'm excited. I gotta temper the excitement after last season's debacle for the last 6-7 weeks. Because even if it's good, it's bad. Which, if you remember, I said it as it was happening. Not that they were gonna fall apart like that, but the fact that they're not the best team in the NFC because they weren't. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this season. I like the additions. I'm not as hype as most people on the Saquon Barkley addition. In theory, it's great.
Really?
Love it.
On paper.
I need that man to stay healthy though. I can't see a 64-yard run and then him hopping off the field. And that's all I see. All I see is him breaking the joint and then limping off the field. Especially after, last year's struggles when Jalen went down and even when he came back and the difference in the offense, AJ's frustration. So the excitement can be tempered, but I'm excited about this season. Somebody told me this morning the Eagles about to be embarrassed on week 1.
Mm.
I was like, dang, that's how we starting out. This ain't even an NFC fan. This is a Ravens fan. I'm like, bro, like y'all got enough problems on Thursday night. Why you got to talk about us? Like we ain't bothering nobody. But so I've heard the Eagles have the worst fan base, even worse than. That's what they keep telling me. I'm like, are y'all sure? Are we talking about the
Yeah, we sure. But go ahead.
same fans? It can't be. Can't be.
Shout out to Wood Harris. Anyway.
Shout out to Wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I expect a good
That's my guy.
season. I'm not on no Eagles going to the Super Bowl type vibe, because again, last season was a lot to come back from. But I do expect to see the fearless, as he stated himself, the fearless Jalen Hurts and that offense clicking early in the offense. That's what I'm expecting to see. Defense, I'm gonna throw my hands up. In the addition by subtraction vibe, I saw that somebody's out for 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know if they thought I was supposed to be sad. Like, you thought I was gonna be sad?
Mr. Badbird.
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 I was like, somebody posted that joint in the group, like, in my mind, they were like, ha 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 ha. I was like, ha 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 too. Same thing. They put Cooper out there, John. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Throw somebody out there. Throw a body out there. Bring back Sheldon Brown. Where's Lito Shepherd? Anybody.
God,
Literally
darn,
anybody. Anybody. Bobby Taylor. Is Bobby Taylor still alive? I hope so. Bring back Bobby Taylor. I don't even care. Because you ain't gonna sell me on Bradbury no more, man. Come on now. I've been saying that since the year before last. But that's neither here nor there. Eagles, we up 12-5. We're gonna run with that. And playoffs, we'll see how we fit into that whole equation.
Yeah. The big thing for y'all, I think, is putting all the noise behind y'all. The first thing, of course, is the supposed beef between Hurts and Sirianni, and everything that came out of that. Now you listen to Hurts, it's all good now. Everything is love, and I guess it'll stay that way unless y'all start to struggle. But what I feel like part of the instigation began, I think, is your boy, AJ Brown. That man, like, he ain't never happy about anything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All it takes is one thing to go wrong. It don't take a lot. It don't take a lot.
And I'm like, yo, like, he coming back to Hurts, and Hurts just trying to keep the peace, and he go back and say something to say. I don't know what it is, but obviously, whether it's bigger than the media made it or not, it's it's supposedly true to the rumors that there was some friction between them, and that's coming out of Philadelphia media. Some definite media between Sirianni and Hurts. So I think Hurts is going to be out there on a mission to prove, one, that he's more than just a quarterback, a running quarterback, because we've seen a lot of that coming out now. Was he just a running back under center? I mean, mainly because he's tush push and all that. When the man can actually throw the football, he throws one of the prettiest. How do I describe it? Prettiest. Is it lobs to the sideline? I guess it was called. That I've seen in the wild. Like when he hitting Devontae Smith with that joint, I'm like, damn, don't catch it. I don't want him to catch it. I know he's gonna catch it. Like, he can throw that ball. So the addition, what's gonna be funny to see is with the addition of Saquon, how many times we actually gonna see the tush push this year? The man's Kelsey gone. You got a big back.
Big quad back.
That can get up there and do them things. So
it's true.
I wonder how many times, or how many less times we will have to see the tush push this year.
I mean, Kelsey was the key to that, I believe. So
yeah,
might have to move on. Move on, black man. Move on.
Sure.
All 4 of the quarterbacks playing on Thursday and Friday are black. Did I mention that? Okay, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, we got Black. Yeah, darn, we got Black Friday Eve and then early Black Friday. Like, darn, it's crazy. I didn't even realize that. Um, and then you like the addition of Jahan Dotson.
I
That was
love the addition of Dotson. I assumed that there were some personality issues uh, in Washington
Has to
just
be.
with the new coaching because Dotson got busy in multiple games last season. Um, so you know, one man's trash is another man's third receiver.
I like it. I like it. Hey Joel, you like me. Ironically, it wasn't drawn up this way, but it's all NFC East people in here. You
oh,
got to
Hold
see
on,
these
Prime.
people.
Look,
You got to
I
see
don't
these.
even know where this could be going. You said you're like me, and you're talking about the Giants and the Cowboys. I don't know where this is going, but I'm listening.
Now, I just meant that we got to play you at least twice,
Oh,
right? So
yep.
we thought we were going to have some Patriots in here, some Patriot fans in here, but as of right now, that has not materialized. So, being you have to see these people twice, Joel. What do you think about the Eagles coming into this season?
I mean, Eagles, they look more stacked than even last year, and they were good last year. Uh, so it's one of those things where they did implode a little bit at the end there. It was fun to watch, but at the same time, I don't expect it to roll over to this year, especially not to start the season, because they are a stacked bunch. Bradbury out or not, I think they're still a good team. They're still probably the cream of the crop in the NFC East. I'll give them their props for now. Because all good things must come to an end eventually. But as of right now, that GM's done. They got Dotson for what? Like in the division, like that was the most like what the fuck trade that I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Like I was like, why would you do that? Like I don't understand that. That was the weirdest thing. But so yeah, they're the Eagles. We've struggled against the Eagles for a long time. So it's like, and the Cowboys, to be fair, the only team we don't really struggle against is Commanders, and we'll see how that plays out this year. um, and yeah, I mean they're really on paper they're a very good team. Honestly, the only fear I have for them is that if they struggle at all, I don't trust that coach to stay for very much longer. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Sirianni myself, but we'll see.
Yeah. And of course, in that first matchup against the Commanders, Jahan going for 2 scores, right?
Goals, yeah.
Yeah, he going for 2 scores.
Han's trying to embarrass that team.
All right, next up will be the New York Football Giants. And man, like y'all got so many questions, Joel. Like team finished 6-11 last year.
you could have said problems, Prime. You didn't have to say questions. You could have said problems. That would have been fine.
Well, I don't know how many problems. Everything is a problem. Let me say that. They got a lot of questions. One of them, for me, is the fact that, so we mentioned that Saquon, of course, is no longer there. So they're going to start, you guys going to start this season with Devin Singletary as your lead back, who actually played very well last year, starting for the Texans.
He did.
Yes, young side.
I like our rookies too. Like I like my rookie running back. I like my second year. I like my running core. Yeah. Overall, it's not Saquon, but the 3 of them, I do like all 3 of them guys. I do.
You like those running backs?
I do.
What about your receivers though, man? I like. First of all, I do like Malik Nabers. I think Nabers gonna be one of them dudes. Like he's certain backs you see come out of the pros, and a lot when certain wide receivers come out and you see them immediately become really good. Now I don't know if he's going to immediately become really good because I don't know if you guys actually got the quarterback to help him get there, right? But we see certain receivers that come out, and a lot of them come out of the SEC. But we see the the CD Lambs, as good as advertised. You know what I'm saying? Or the Big 12. You see the you see the SEC guys like Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
we see these guys come out and make immediate impacts. I think we're going to see the same with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Marvin's going to have a good season. I think Malik Neighbors is one of those wide receivers that fits that mold. I'm just a little worried about Daniel Jones, man, and the way he's looked in the preseason don't help his case either.
Half the game. That was it. Look,
That little that was bad, bro.
before we get to quarterback, we'll get to the quarterback. Let's start with the wide receivers.
All right.
I like the wide receivers. Like they're young. That's it. They don't have a lot of experience. I like the talent that I got there. I like Malik Neighbors, Jalen Hyatt, Wandale Robinson, even Darius Slayton. He's not young anymore, but he's every year we doubt that man. He puts up his numbers every year. He's Mr. Reliable. So I can't sleep on Slayton at all. So I think we got at least four. I mean, Jalen Hyatt is probably the greenest of the four, in my opinion, but he has a lot of potential. He's super fast, like I love the potential with our receivers, and Neighbors might be a godsend for Daniel Jones. We'll have to wait and see if that comes true. But and when it comes to my wide receivers, I'm not really that worried, especially with Dable running the offense this year. I think he's going to run some nice stuff. It really does come down to that line and come down to that quarterback. I think the line, starting with the line, I think the line is much improved. How much improved, we'll have to wait and see. But I think they're more reliable than they've been in years, just on talent alone. And it sucks because like we kind of be at this point. It's hard to not say that we busted with Evan Neal. It's not going to work out. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out. That right tackle situation is pretty much dead. Illuminor took his spot. I don't think he's taking it back. So I think, but as much as that sucks, it's Illuminor had a good year last year. He's a good right tackle. You know what I mean? Like we brought in Greg Van Roten. That was a nice another addition to the line to solidify it. I mean, you got another young John Michael Smith at center, but I like now with the vets around him, I think he could have another leap because I see he was still shaking. Not gonna lie. And look, as long as that can stay solid, I think Daniel Jones can play quarterback. Like he hasn't looked good. I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie. I mean, it's been bad. And look, he's playing for his job. Let's be real. Because if he's not good this year at all, he's gone. Period. There's no ifs. There's no ands. There's no buts. He's playing to get a backup job next year if he can't. At the very least, because he's gone. So I don't expect him to want to play bad. He was a little rusty. He got hurt middle of last year, and a lot of it was because he could not get hit. All he did was get sacked last year. It was just sack heaven for anybody that can get through was getting through like a turnstile. It was ridiculous. And I honestly believe Daniel Jones saw ghosts. Like they said, I think was Darnold say he saw ghosts. Daniel Jones saw ghosts last year. That's why it was that bad. He could not. He was seeing phantom people coming at him. It was that bad. But if that line can hold up, Daniel Jones, he's gonna throw a pick or two, no doubt. But to me, that was never his biggest issue. What they're gonna do now is they're gonna have him throw the ball deep, which is something I don't think he's as comfortable with. And they weren't as comfortable early on. If you watched their offense last year, the year before when we were playing well, they didn't force him to throw the ball deep because they knew it was something that he wasn't comfortable doing, right? But we have the talent to do it. It's a little different. There's more separation that's accounted for. So I expect them, and there's going to be issues. Obviously, he's going to throw a pick or two. He's going to underthrow some. I have no doubt about it. But if they plan on doing anything this year, they're going to have to throw the ball deep. And you can't waste Malik Neighbors, in my opinion. So he's out there, throw it up, give him a chance to get the ball, right? That's all I want him to do. That's all it is. And when it comes to the offense, that my biggest fear is the line and my quarterback. Because I'm happy with my running backs, my receivers, even my tight ends. I'm not even I think we drafted a kid in Theo Johnson. I think that kid could be really good. We'll see. And my defense, I think my defense has a chance to be decent. My secondary, I'm a little worried about my secondary, even though we just brought back Adoree Jackson, so that helps a little bit. But
took a week, right?
Yeah, so overall, I think our schedule's not the best. So it's not that easy. So I don't expect us to have the best record. Let's say If I could get this, if we could have 6 wins again, maybe 7, I'll be happy. Like, because like it's just like everyone expects us to be like 4 wins, which is insane. I don't think I think we can do better than 4 wins in my opinion. I think we have the talent to do it. So I think 6 or 7 wins. I'm happy with that. The fact that we pulled out 6 wins last year with as bad as we looked was impressive to me because we looked really bad at times. It was sad. It was so sad. So I mean, I gotta give credit to the coaching staff on that part. But and what we can imagine with that and the internal conflict between Coach Dable and Wink Martindale, hopefully there's less drama this year because I'm just so done with the damn drama. I really am. I really am. So here's to just a decent season. So play hard, don't look bad. Even if you lose, just fight to the end. That's all I care about. That's what they did that like 2 years ago. Let's do it again.
Got a question right here.
Oh shit.
Is it true they contemplated cutting him? Talking about Daniel Jones. I saw a beat writer for the Giants say it.
I don't see how they could contemplate cutting this year. I don't see how you could cut him. No. You know what? I tell you what they might do. I think there's something on his contract where he if he gets hurt, like he'll be able to keep that his next year or whatever. So they might sit him. If we're not doing well, they might sit him midway and let them run with the backup quarterback just so he doesn't get his full whatever time played. So he's like,
right.
So they could cut him next year. And like, no, they have to eat a lot of money, but they still get off. They can get off of that big contract next year. That's kind of the whole point of us. I think us kind of rebuilding. Now we're going to eat a lot of that contract, but at the same time, they can get off the contract next year. So we'll see.
Good thought. And you said 6 or 7 wins, right? So you saw 6 or 7 wins. Is that going to be enough for Dable to keep his job?
I think so. It depends on how they play. If they play like shit and get 6 or 7 wins, barely, like are they squeaking through? Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the talent that we're playing against too. Because here's the thing: like 2 years ago, we got most of our wins were coming on like last minute wins. Right, we were like winning at the last minute, getting a lot of those dubs. We weren't blowing teams out because he was aggressive, and I think he's gonna do that again. He tried to do that last year, but we just did not have the talent to do it. And I don't know what happened. It fell on its face. It was just terrible. And this year, I think they could. I think they have enough to do that again, but we'll see.
Bring back Tommy, Danny DeVito. Get Shorty.
No. I'm not the only one. I told you, Joel.
No, Tommy DeVito can stay where he's at. I'd rather have him be backing up over Drew Lock, but whatever. We'll see.
Hey, Source, you got any thoughts on the New York Giants?
Why would I have thoughts on the New York Giants?
I mean, you got to play them twice.
Be nice, Source. Come on.
Okay. Yes.
I glossed over the damn Eagles.
6 wins as well.
Polished them on nice for you.
6 wins, 6-11.
6-11.
Yeah, and maybe Daniel Jones will show you something that will get y'all to sign him to yet another contract.
Stop it. He ain't getting another extension.
We just doing what we want to do.
Unless he wins the Super Bowl, ain't no extension coming for Daniel Jones.
You never know.
Hey, Juwan, welcome, sir.
What's going on, guys? Sorry I'm late.
It's good. You got any thoughts on the Giants?
Actually, do. Yeah, I was listening to you guys. Brian Dable, I don't think anything he does this season can get him fired. It's hard to fire a guy when you come into a system with a horrible offensive line. Daniel Jones is your quarterback, right? He's done an amazing job rebuilding that defense. That defense is slowly coming around. I know it's the funny thing to make fun of the Giants, but that is a very destructive front line for the Giants defensively. I've always just not felt great about their corners, but their defensive line is definitely on the come up. They obviously are starting to rebuild their offense. Obviously losing Saquon Barkley, but then getting Neighbors is kind of like a swap, right? Talent wise, it's kind of like, all right, lose a running back but gain a wide receiver. I just think if I'm the Giants, I would give Brian another season or two. Let him bring in a quarterback of his choice, whether it's drafting or free agency, and then see what he does after that. But it's just really hard to bring a guy into that situation and then go, all right, you didn't do enough, so you're fired. It's like, well, Daniel Jones is my quarterback, guys. What do you want me to do? Like, I took him to the playoffs. Like
they got and they won a game in the playoffs with Daniel.
Right.
So that's why they signed him. It's for that reason.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Like I've shown you I can make something work, but maybe that's just not the guy. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my guy, and then let's see what I do.
I'll say this: he got his contract. There's a reason there's an opt out after the second year. That's all I'm saying. There was just in case things don't work out.
No,
that's why it's there.
No, but yeah, that's just my thoughts. I'm not saying they're about to have a great year. Well, no, I'm just saying. But I would say, disrespect can't be crazy. Chance with the Eagles.
That's right. I got Eagles fans in my family now. It's just, I hate it, but they're there. like, where'd you come from? Go away.
Hey, look, it won't be any worse than me talking about Baker Mayfield all season, and then
what happened in the playoffs?
Oh, you was with Didge disrespecting Shake and Bake?
100%.
Oh man, I wish I knew that last year. Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, it's what was it 32-9? That was ugly. I ain't see that coming, bro.
All hail Shake and Bake.
I won't go bring it up, dog. You know I got you, but since you bring it up, it is what it is. Woo.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think the Giants. I got them right around about 6-7 wins again. The guy's pretty confident that Dabo should keep his job if he gets right around him. You made some compelling points. The offensive line situation, the slow rebuild. So yeah, and it seems that the organization seems to really like him. So I think if he gets right around that mark, I got them finishing pretty much where they finished last season, third in the division. And hey, but I think Neighbors is the real deal.
Yeah,
I do. I think he's the real deal. I think with proper quarterback play, him and Jalen Hyatt, I think they can really develop into something. Yeah. I like Hyatt too. Hyatt has potential.
Don't sleep on Wanda. That boy good.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about him. But I think even as a rookie, Neighbors will end up being that dude before it's all over. You're gonna see what he can be with Daniel Jones's play, and it's gonna make you think, darn, what if he got somebody that can really deliver the football? You know what I'm saying? This might be it. Yes, this is the guy. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that's true. If he can make Daniel Jones look good, that's one of the imagine.
All right, keeping in the division real quick. I'm not gonna spend all day on them, but let's go with the Dallas Cowboys.
You're not gonna spend all day on them because you talk about them literally the whole show.
Oh yeah. Oh, you caught that, right? Yeah, you caught that. Yo, Dallas Cowboys. Think about the Cowboys this year. They've had the offseason turmoil. You had the CD situation. He finally got his money. Now there's the war of words between Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott. And this thing is going to get a lot uglier before it gets pretty. Jerry's making his stance. Dak is trying to say the right things, but he's getting a little slick with some of his comments. And it's going to be real interesting with this contract situation. But as far as the Cowboys this year, man, we won the division last year, surprisingly, because it was until the Eagles started to have their problems. It didn't look like we were going to win the division. I was out on them, winning the division by about week 12. I said, we ain't winning this division. And they strung together the wins to do it. But it's just so much this year to overcome outside of the turmoil they got and the stuff they got going on with the money. The biggest thing everybody was talking about, of course, is they're not going to be able to run the football. They couldn't run the football as effectively as they wanted to last year when everybody was swearing that Tony Pollard was the guy. They ain't want to listen to me, though. So they don't hear me, though. right? And you got the situations where you had the not only was he not the guy, but you had to see with the offensive line, right? You're replacing some guys on the offensive line. You got a rookie in Tyler Guyton coming out there. You don't really know who your center is going to be just yet. It's going to be Cooper Beebe or if it's going to be an undrafted rookie. So I don't know. What you guys think about the Cowboys, man?
Trash.
Somebody take the lead for me. I'll be right back.
I know I was very upset CeeDee Lamb got paid. I was really hoping New England could swing that trade. I'm still upset about that.
He's a vulture.
For what? For him to run around mad?
New England would have paid him. They got crazy amount of money. They ain't paying nobody. New England ain't paying nobody.
I just meant how he was gonna get the ball. That's all I'm talking about.
Oh wow! So what? You putting Jacoby Brissett next to Daniel Jones?
No.
I was about to say, all right, come on now. That man had a good season in Cleveland. Come on, man. No, Dallas is you know what it is, Source? Dallas is hilarious because Dallas might be the definition of, I don't want to say the word. I don't want to say mediocre, but it's like, it's frustrating, right? Because it's like they'll be in the middle, right? To where they're good enough to maybe make the first or second round and then get bounced out, but they're never bad enough to truly rebuild to where maybe that's where they need to be sometimes. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I don't see Jerry Jones letting Dak Prescott walk out of the door. You were lucky to get him when you got him. He's not been horrible, even though if you let Dallas tell you, they disrespect Romo, they disrespect Dak Prescott. I just want to let Dallas fans know, regardless of how you feel about those two quarterbacks, most teams would love to have the quote-unquote horrible years you did with Tony and you did with Dak. A chance? Just a chance. Like, just a chance. So, I don't know. I just think sometimes Dallas fans get a little ungrateful. But yeah, I see them competing for the NFC East. I think Washington is a year away from like competing like truly in the NFC East. Like I said, I think the Giants just need to fix quarterback. But yeah, Dallas will be right there next to the Eagles. Ezekiel Elliott, I thought did awesome for us last year. Not prime Ezekiel Elliott, but I don't think he fell off. New England just anyway. So I think you guys can get back on the horse. I just don't know what that is for you guys. Like, I keep saying every year you guys make it into the postseason, like, all right, here it is, and then I don't know. I don't know what it's missing. I don't know.
Outside of the offensive line situation, this year everybody's going to be watching. Of course, are they going to be able to run the ball? You know, with Zeke, they just brought in Dalvin Cook. You know, which doesn't surprise me because they had already said that it was coming out of Cowboy camp that they weren't bringing Zeke in anyway to be a workhorse guy. You see what I'm saying? So they're just bringing him back. They got him for cheap for a couple of mil. He knows the system, or the offensive system. He's familiar with Dallas. They list him as the lead back as he should be, but I don't think anybody was expecting Zeke to come out here and get 18, 20 carries a game unless they just riddled with injuries, you know. So then I think the Dalvin Cook situation was a plus. I didn't see any Cowboy fans that were, oh yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl now. We got Dalvin Cook, but I think if you're talking about splitting some carries, you know what he can give you on any given play. But just I think that offensive line is going to be the question. Outside of course, Tyler Smith and Zach Martin, you got a lot of things to worry about on that. Then on the defensive side of the football, you got to worry about the fact that you just lost. You know, Source was talking about losing Badbury over there, but we just lost Ron Bland for 6 to 8 weeks. So we thought we were about to see this dream matchup of having two of the best corners in the National Football League side by side. So last year it was Diggs, and now Bland's out for 6 to 8. So they might start a rookie at the other corner.
Two best corners. So that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So now The only thing you can hope
he meant best
Mike Zimmer
tandem.
coming back to Dallas.
He ain't mean two best corners.
Oh,
That's
best
not-
tandem. I give you best tandem.
We were talking about tandems. They was going to undoubtedly be one of the top 3 tandems in the league. For people looking at it that way anyway, coming into the season. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I told you before, I'm a massive AJ Terrell fan. Yeah. You're not going to sell me homeboy is better than AJ Terrell. But if you're saying tandem, I don't know if many teams that have a. I mean, I'm a homer, so I'm gonna say my team. But yeah, no, maybe I give it to you. Yes, best tandem. But thank you, Source. That was a great distinction.
Yeah, no, one of the best tandems for sure.
I heard it too.
It made me stop for a second. I'm like, what? Like 2 best corners. I gotta look that up. One of them spent last year hurt, didn't he? Yeah. Wasn't Diggs hurt last year?
Yeah, he was.
No, okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, I meant as a tandem.
Gotcha.
I meant as a tandem.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I ain't talking about individual. Somebody's a tandem.
All right.
But hopefully Mike Zimmer is bringing some magic back to that defense. You know, I do trust Mike Zimmer. He's going to fill some holes to linebacker. They may be starting a rookie at one of the linebackers position. You got the other side you have to worry about as well. I expect him to do some real things with Micah though. So with them bringing in some depth on the defensive line, I'm sure he'll still line up on the end. But it's also
is his contract coming up?
Replace him. Yeah. So that's why I was telling you his contract is coming up. So what I was telling you is when you said something about rebuilding, and I said, "Oh, it's coming." I say it's coming because you're thinking about dishing out 3 massive contracts.
Right.
If you said there's no way Jerry won't sign Dak Prescott, I ain't even sure of that. You know, the way he's talking in the media and he's putting the blame off, letting you know it ain't my fault. He's telling the media, look, if he wants this money, he has to realize it's going to be with less talent around him. And I know it's a game that he's trying to get this man to not take as much money, you know, as, you know, to give him a little hometown discount because they still got to sign Michael Parsons. They don't have to sign him this season. They have to sign him next season. You see what I'm saying? Right. They have to sign Michael Parsons. But you want to get these guys signed before they hit the market. If they give Dak Prescott that money, and they're going to want to try to sign Michael Parsons, yeah, bro, you some rebuilding coming.
Well, here's the problem Dallas is facing, but most teams face this issue because most teams are stupid. Right now, there's only a bidding war with wide receivers. There is no market setting for quarterbacks right now. I don't think a quarterback has gotten paid this offseason yet. So if I were Jerry, wouldn't you want to set the market with Dak now as opposed to a team going, let me just re-up my quarterback, and then they re-up their quarterback for an obscene amount, and now Dak is like, well, wait a minute. I'm better than homeboy. I want more than that. Give me more than that. Why not just set the market now? Same thing with Michael Parsons. Set the market now rather than waiting and letting someone else.
That'll work in the long term. But you're talking about the short term, trying to figure out the money is going to be the issue. Because undoubtedly, no matter what I say or anybody can say about how they feel about Dak Prescott, if he's not a Dallas Cowboy next year, he's going to set the market, bro. Period. Like,
for sure. But that's why you don't want to let him do that.
The money that teams are going to offer, that feel like they're just a good quarterback away from doing something special, is going to be ridiculous. Trust when I tell you that. And no matter how you feel about Dak Prescott, the contract that he would get if Jerry does not sign him and he hits the market is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I can tell you alone, the Steelers are going to pay crazy money for Dak.
There you go.
Prescott.
Pittsburgh, team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team like Tennessee, who, we got Will, but I mean, you know, after this second year, there are some teams out there that will pay, that's going to offer Dak Prescott crazy money. Now, I'm not going to tell you what they're going to get on the return when it comes to the playoffs and all that.
Man, I'll take you to the playoffs. You just named a couple teams that would love that. Consistently making the playoffs?
The New York Giants. I'm telling you. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. he is going to get a crazy contract if Jerry lets him walk.
If he walks, he could save Brian's job over in New York. 100%. You just go get Dak Prescott, put Dak Prescott with that team.
You're probably getting back to the playoffs for sure.
Would that hurt you? Would that hurt you, Prime?
That would depend on the draft.
Yeah, you got to get that man out of the division, man.
Yeah.
If he's not going to wear a star on his helmet the next 2 years, you need to get that man out of the division. It'd be better to get him out of the conference, too.
So that's the Las Vegas.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Oh, yeah. Las Vegas would. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh. Dak with Devontae Adams?
Prescott in Las Vegas. Yeah. Might have to say keep Devontae.
Yeah. But nothing's going to help them keep Devontae. That man's gone this year. That man's going by trade deadline.
Hey, I believe that. I do believe that.
Unless you start throwing the ball to himself.
I rounded up on the Cowboys, though. I got the Cowboys finishing second in the division this year, as what I thought they finished last year. And they had a string of winning 12 games. Would not be surprised me until they figure it all out that they're sitting at 10 or 11 wins this year. So I'm not buying into the theory. People expect them to fall all the way off and, and they go win 7 or 8 games unless they was a loser quarterback or something. But still, second in the NFC East this year. All right. Last squad we got up. Last squad is up. You just in time to would be the New England Patriots. And then, they can only go up. I mean, how many games y'all win last year? Was it 4?
Too many.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Yeah. Joel heard it like I heard it. That was a shot. Pow, pow. Just I'm
just like, what am I having against the New England Patriots? I'm just calling it what it is. They don't play in my division.
Hey,
we don't have a history of playing each other in the Super Bowl. What I'm, what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You got me here with Source and Joel talking Super Bowl history. Disgusting.
and your man Diggs left you high and dry, but I understand he's out there moving today. Even though he is in the chat, so he get points for that.
Hey, man. When it comes to the Patriots, Didge got me. I'm not worried about that. Look, man, and keep this short and sweet. Be bad. I want Travis Hunter. Simple as that. Simple as that. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, the team defensively is probably their biggest strength is defense. Mm-hmm. They did nothing to wide receiver. Now, I know ownership will tell you they tried for Brandon Ayuk. He didn't want to come. They tried for Calvin Ritt. Like, they tried for all these players. No one wanted to come. I get it. It's not cool to be in New England anymore. You know what it is? The Knicks are getting cool as the Patriots are getting uncool. And it's like, it's driving me insane, right? Like Tom Brady left, Bill left. Now no one wants to be a Patriot, right? It's like the Durant thing. It's not cool to be a Patriot anymore. So now we have to rebuild an image under Gerard Mayo and these guys. So for me, it's just because here's the problem. When you signed Jacoby Brissett and then drafted 2 rookies for quarterback, it's like, well, what am I supposed to want to see this season to be, right? Like, if Jacoby Brissett does well, you're just telling me it's 3-4 years of Jacoby Brissett while my rookies just sit there and you're paying them for nothing. So for me, it's kind of just like, lose Jacoby Brissett, please. So by week 5, we can get Drake May in. See what Drake May looks like, have him lose, right? Rebuild this team properly, go get Travis Hunter, and then boom. In a perfect world, Devontae is a Patriot by October. Listen, man. To be a New England Patriot is to know that does not happen. We get guys like Mohamed Sanu for a first-round pick. That's what we do. We don't do Devontae Adams. We don't do good things like that. I don't know, man. Best thing I could hope for is that Source looks out for me, has a horrible season with A.J. Brown, and he can come where he wanted to be all along. That's really all I can ask for. Really
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't either, right?
Imagine being a Patriots fan waiting for somebody to say, woe is me for you.
Yeah.
And you have outlived, like, the team's greatness has outlived you.
Yeah.
So you got to just live with what you get and just enjoy it.
Nah, you ever hear the term? I need the glory days back. I need the glory days back. Okay, this is stressful, man. I never had to deal with this. You serious? You know how many franchises I made fun of over these last how many years?
Yeah,
man. Seeing getting the top 5 pick had me crying, man. That was tough. But anyway, I'm happy with what we did with Matthew Judon. I know a lot of people are like, well, why would you trade Judon? I think a lot of people forget the injury he came off of. He's also 31, 32 years old. I'm not investing money in that. You know what I'm saying? We want to. Well, Gerard Mayo would never say this, but we want to be bad, right? Because you want a chance to properly build throughout the draft. You know, Travis Hunter. You know, no matter what Deion Sanders says, you're coming to New England, buddy. But yeah, I just think this team is going to be at the bottom, right? But I'm looking forward to seeing what pieces of this team can come with us into the future. You know, I think our defense is going to look really good. I think Christian Gonzalez will be elite this year, man. He had a great start last year, locking up Tyreek Hill, and then that injury happened, man. Rest was history, but I'm very excited for this team's future. I'll say that for sure. So I just need Jacoby Brissett. Twist an ankle, something, dog. You know what I'm saying? Your money's guaranteed. You good.
Enter Drake May. Yeah,
That's all I'm asking for.
I just want to start to see y'all make some moves, man. I mean, going into the season with who's your number one receiver? Would be Kendrick Bourne? No,
he actually can't play for the next 4 weeks. He's starting the season on PUP.
So you got Douglas?
No, so actually, weirdly enough, our number one receiver is Thornton. Thornton's our number one receiver. Our number 2 receiver apparently is Polk. Our slot is Douglas. With Javon Baker getting an opportunity to find his place in there somewhere. And then Kendrick Bourne will probably be X or Y when he gets back, depending on how Polk plays or Thornton plays. I know Thornton last year couldn't create any separation. But apparently he's bulked up. He's gotten a little bit quicker. So we'll see how they pan out. But that receiver room, it ain't great, man. It ain't great. Yeah. I mean, Osborne is on the outside. Look, we started the season with 7 receivers. That lets you know everything you need to know. 7 receivers, right? And you could think all of them could play at some point this season. So we'll see who separates themselves as the guy for this offense. But A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. If none of y'all are busy around October, you guys let us know. All right, we got money.
CD just got money. He good. Hey, Source, you got any thoughts on the New England Patriots?
I don't have anything against the Patriots, but I'm sure most people are just enjoying the demise of the Patriots, as we've seen them be great for so long. And yeah, it is what it is. I don't want Gerard Mayo to do bad, though. Can't have black coaches out here looking crazy.
Thank you.
But what can you expect?
No doubt.
The black coach to do good is what we expect, right?
No, you don't expect it. You expect listen.
It goes against my timeline.
You want the black coach to be good, but you want to suck.
Because we're not gonna fire him in the first year.
Yeah,
we're not gonna fire him in the first year. Hey, I ain't gonna say it, but Jacoby Brissett, I need you to let Drake May in. I'm just saying, or Joe Milton. I mean, heck, let Joe Milton in. I like Joe Milton. We drafted 2 quarterbacks, so let one of them play. I'm just saying, one of them.
That's wild.
Imagine if they looked like they could actually play.
Everyone has. If you watch, even if you listen to New England beat writers, everyone has October circled. Everyone has October circled. They have October. I think they said October 5th. Tom Brady is calling a game for the Patriots. Everyone has that game as the Drake May game. That's what everyone has circled. Everyone has that circle. So we'll see. We'll see. But, Tom Brady can rub a little bit of that career off on Drake May. 100% happy with that. 100%. So Drake May.
Joel, you got any quick thoughts on the Patriots?
My heart goes out to them.
No, it
doesn't. I mean, no, they're a mystery to me because I don't know. I'm just very curious. Like, I mean, Jacoby Brissett was like the name starter over Drake May. I mean, I don't hate the move because usually that's what happens. You get the vet, he'll come in and you let the young guy sit and marinate and get all that information, and then the next year he starts, whatever. Even though it's not as common these days, it still happens. But it was a little shocking. I thought Drake May would end up winning the job. And like what Joanne was saying, I think Joe Milton looked pretty good too. So it's like,
yeah.
Even though they still thought Jacoby Brissett was the best option. So I'm like, okay, sure. Receiver, I don't know much about the receiving core. Aside, I know they got 2 rookies on there right now, right? I think.
Yeah,
2 or 3. So So we'll see. I think who's on her? Who's on the pup?
Kendrick Bourne.
Is he hurt or is he suspended?
No, he was hurt because remember he ended the season with injury.
So he's still hurt.
It's not really hurt. I think it's still rehabbing and making sure he's yeah. I think it's more so that just because think about it. What are you rushing him back for? Right? It's not like you're competing for a championship, right? So it's like, let everyone get 100%.
So you got what? Douglas, Polk, and who?
No. Oh, well, yes. DeMario Douglas, Polk, and Tyquan Thornton.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Stevenson,
Maybe
I like Stevenson.
KJ Osborne, yeah.
Yeah, Osborne.
Maybe. I can tell you right now, KJ Osborne's name was not thrown around a lot in training camp and preseason. Yeah, so Kirk Cousins talked all that shit about how great he was, and I'm like, I'm still waiting to see it.
He was about 3rd receiver in Minnesota. Maybe that's why.
According to Kirk Cousins, he kept saying because Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson, it was hiding how good KJ was. Because your focus is to get Justin Jefferson the ball.
Right. So
I got hyped, man. I'm like, okay, Kirk Cousins know what he's talking about. Man, that first preseason game, I said, I don't even know if I heard his name called. I'm like,
he couldn't even get on the field.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, he was so good he couldn't beat out Addison, but
yeah. Man, sold us some false goods. It's so messed up, man. But yeah, no, I will definitely just say it's going to be a fun season because part of the rebuild that's fun is just seeing what pieces stand out and what pieces you can kind of take with you going forward. So losing Christian Barmore to the blood clots definitely didn't help. That's a sucker punch. But I'm very excited for Christian Gonzalez. Like I said before, that kid's gonna be a standout. Talking about best corners.
No doubt. All right,
so it'll be fun. Oh my god!
I mean, it is gonna be fun. What else do I have to look forward to?
You don't. That's the whole point.
So I gotta find something fun, or why am I watching them every week? I'm not watching to be miserable.
Come on, man.
I can tell you that. I'm not watching to be miserable.
Why are you paying all that money for the NFL pass if you're watching nothing?
Yeah,
man?
If I'm watching nothing. Man, I grew up a Knicks fan and a Mets fan. I will not waste time, okay? I need to have some kind of fun. I need to do something.
Hey, fellas. So, last couple of things before we get out of here. Who will be the MVP of the league next year? I'm going to tell you. I was going to tell you. Supposed to give mine off top.
All right, go ahead.
It's going to be Mahomes. So, y'all go ahead.
I mean, maybe.
No. How many MVPs does he have?
1, 2. Is it 2? 3.
I'm gonna say if it's 2 or 3.
How many MVPs you got? Huh?
If it's 2 or 3, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna give him another one anytime soon. only because if you check the history, I don't think Peyton has all that many. I don't think Tom has all that many. They're gonna find a way to spread it around somehow. Because if you give it to him this year, what do we think? Next year he's gonna fall off? I mean, he could just have next 3 years of winning MVP.
Yeah,
it's just there's no one waiting in the wings for it, right? That like just jumps off for being able to get it. That's the sucky part.
No.
You mean
you know what? Yeah, this year. Yeah, you know what, right. Source? I'm gonna go with you, Source. I'm gonna go with
You got 2. I thought it was 2.
Yes, 2. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I think, could have a really great season, an MVP type season. I really do think so. I really do. I'm gonna go with him only because no other quarterback really stands out to me, and we know that's a quarterback award. So unless Tyreek Hill plays running back, wide receiver, punt returner, kick returner, cornerback, I don't see him. I see him get it. If he didn't get it last year. So, I'm definitely going with Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts can have a phenomenal season this year.
What y'all got?
I think it's still too soon. But I think CJ Stroud is on his way. And might start.
I'm definitely not mad at
It could be. You got your star receiver?
Yeah, I like him a lot. I mean, he might be. I don't know if he'll get it, but I think he'll be in the running for sure.
Think about it. He's you went on with this last week or earlier, but you think about it. The tools that he has now, he already had a crazy receiving core. You add Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. You got a very good tight end. Mm-hmm. Which I still wish he had a star on his helmet still. But anyway, and then you add a guy that you used to see in the AFC, a steady running back in Joe Mixon, very good at picking up the blitz, solid at picking up the blitz. Robert get the tough yards for you. It's there definitely for CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I don't think it's too early. I think this is the type of second season you expect. You load him up offensively, right? So, I mean, he just has to avoid that sophomore slump. I mean, luckily for him, he's in a division that's just asking to be given to the Texans, right? Bro. So, yeah, I'm like, you're not really going to have much of a struggle there. So, he'd have to really hit a sophomore slump in order to not take that division So. We'll definitely see, but that is a really good pick. I'm surprised, Source, you didn't like the Jalen Hurts one.
I mean, it sounds good, but I don't see it. It'd be nice. It would be nice. Don't get me wrong. I'll take Lamar, Mundane, Jackson to block.
Okay.
Because I think they could possibly have the best record. The offense is going up. Quarterback of the best offense. Or a very good offense.
I was hold up now.
Especially one that scores touchdowns on the ground as well as through the air.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like Daniel Jones.
So, I'll go with Lamar.
Source just ignored you, Joe.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear you.
It's okay, Source. You wouldn't have liked what he said anyway. So I have to ask you real quick, Source. So are we looking at you went with Lamar Jackson, Prime? You went with Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. Is that to you guys? Is that the new Brady Manning? Is between those two? Because I think most people would agree with you guys. Those are the two faces of the league, quarterback wise, that you could go. It's probably between those guys, right? For MVP every year.
Oh, if you're talking about MVP, every year, that's a pretty strong statement, and I could see it. What I thought it was going to be would be Mahomes and Josh Allen, who now has a few obstacles to overcome, which I still think he's going to overcome them. But I also thought, like a lot of people did, that it would be Mahomes and Joe Burrow. But Burrow in this injury situation, you know what I'm saying? And some of the bad luck he's had over the past couple of years has kind of deterred that a little bit. But right now, so if you're talking now, yeah, I would think it's definitely these two, especially after the the AFC playoff game they had last year, as Source mentioned earlier before you came on, that Baltimore kind of shot themselves in the foot, to lose by 7.
Right.
So, but yeah, I could definitely see it.
I was gonna say the Brady Manning comparison wasn't fair, just because Lamar hasn't won the title. But then I thought about it. Peyton didn't win the title either, until later. So.
Right, I was about to say it took Peyton forever to get the first championship. So.
Same thing, man. Same thing. Yeah. So I definitely can see that. I can see what you're saying. I think it's more options now. Like, I think there are more options that we could probably come up with, or in the near future. But yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
Because to me, I look at Josh Allen, and I know a lot of people are saying, maybe it's just me hating. Again, that's what everyone said about Peyton, and then he went on to win one in Indy, then went on to win one in Denver. So you now can't say that about Peyton as overall,
Yeah, and we're talking about MVP, which is a regular season award, right?
Right.
So
right, but for me, I only see Lamar and Patrick. Josh Allen, I wholeheartedly believe, is the Drew Brees in this scenario. I believe he's a stat stuffer, but to me, if Josh Allen couldn't win that MVP last year, you just lost your big weapon. Now, if you can go and be the number 1 team in the AFC without Stephon Diggs, you make a case for yourself of easily being the MVP this season. I just know Josh Allen to be. If he's saying that Lamar Jackson might be fraudulent, we can't sit here and not hold Josh Allen accountable. That man is the definition of fraudulent.
He's a Chiefs fan who does not care about anybody else. So
got you. Okay, got you. Pat Mahomes. Then I got you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all day.
But yeah, no, I definitely see that trio of Allen, Mahomes, and Jackson. I definitely see Allen as Drew Brees, Mahomes and Jackson as your Peyton Brady. With obviously Jackson as your Peyton, Mahomes as your Brady, and Allen as your Brees. I think Allen will get one at some point. That'll be the only one, and he won't be looked at the way we look at Mahomes and Jackson, possibly.
Yeah, and this year could do a lot for those to change some minds too, though. So, like I say, what kind of season does Joe Burrow have? Like,
right.
You talking about somebody who is coming up against some things and has a lot to prove and has some outside turmoil going on. Some off the field turmoil as far as his teammates. I really feel if Cincinnati were to somehow put it together, and we're sitting here talking about them maybe playing Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, then I think Joe Burrow re-enters the conversation.
His problem with football is consistency is very difficult. It's why many could look at Brady and say that's the GOAT. It's why many are looking at Mahomes and saying that's probably going to be the GOAT. Consistency is hard. Joe Burrow struggled with that. So we'll see.
So, to be fair, it's somewhat to the NBA argument when they talk about how Jordan stopped a whole lot of people from getting titles.
Mm-hmm.
We know about that. We know about that. In New York.
Yeah.
Are we gonna look at the same way about Mahomes? Mahomes stopped a whole lot of people from getting a Super
I will
Bowl
say
AFC because
only reason it's hard to give Mahomes that crown is he went up against the GOAT.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
the AFC. I'm talking about the
AFC. Okay, yeah.
We're talking about AFC quarterbacks. If Burrow never wins one, if Allen never wins one, if Lamar never wins one. When we go back and look at this and say, you know what? This dude stopped a whole lot of people from possibly winning that thing. So. Yeah,
no argument there. Yeah.
Real quick, somebody asked a question earlier. I think it was JB before we get to our last one. You guys got any quick thoughts on the Rookie of the Year?
I know who I would like it to be.
Something went really, really well if mine goes.
What? No, if mine gets it, something went incredibly well.
Same thing.
No, but yours is a starter, so it's easier for yours to get it. Mine's not. So if mine becomes a starter, then wins Rookie of the Year. Oh man,
yeah, that would be crazy.
Woo. I don't know. It's really difficult. I kind of feel like this is one of the few years in NFL history where I think the rookie pool is even. I think everyone that's in that top 5, top 10 is liable to possibly be in the running at some point for it. It could go anywhere, any way. It's difficult, but I will say this: if it's not Caleb, everyone should be fired in Chicago. Every single individual needs to be fired if it's not Caleb. Or it just meant Washington just
look like
was on one. No, Washington was just on one. If Jake, because I think it's between those two. I think you have to go those two, and then just be surprised if it's someone on the outside. You know
what's crazy?
Between those two guys.
What's crazy about that? The more you think about it, though, because I was saying, well, maybe Jaden Daniels will have the easier role, but he is playing in the division with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, and no matter how you feel about how their season's going to go, most people still.
He said what he said, Joel. He said what he said.
And I said what I said.
We're going to feel like that improvement from the Washington franchise, a great improvement from the Washington franchise, and him spearheading it will probably earn him a lot of points. If you go back and look at Caleb Williams, and I agree with you, Joel, it might have to cost somebody a job if this thing go left quick, because they've given this man all types of help. Like that receiving core is
elite.
It's up there. It's up
receiving core, tight end, running back. Like
got a running back now.
Your really only struggle is your offensive line, but he moves around. He'll be all right.
But I can say the same thing about
he got legs.
Him. You can say about Jaden Daniels, because I know most people feel like Detroit should win the division again, right? So you got Detroit at the top of that, and then if we believe what we saw towards the end of the season from the Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, that's going to be crazy. I'm for one would probably take the Chicago Bears roster, meaning as maybe the third best team in that division, I would guess at this point, over the presumed third best team. Well, it depends on who you ask, who's the third best or the worst between the Giants and Washington this year, right?
Yeah.
It's more believable for me to say that I think that the Chicago Bears would have a legitimate chance of finishing second in their division than I would Washington.
I want to argue, but I will say this. That Washington offense at certain points of the season had Sam Heineke looking like he might be the future for Washington.
But they got new pieces.
I'm saying if Sam can look good in that, Jaden Daniels can thrive.
Oh, he's going to thrive.
So I will definitely argue this. I believe Jaden Daniels has a better receiver, singular, than Caleb does at this point, right?
You do.
You got a guy in Scary Terry, right, who averages 1,000 yards a season. Man has not had the greatest quarterbacks in averages 1,000 yards.
Is he that much better than
DJ Moore? 100%. In my opinion. DJ Moore definitely has you might look at DJ Moore and go, yes, I'd prefer him. But Scary Terry has that speed, man. He really does have that speed. And he's shown with bad quarterback play, man is still a threat.
Conway makes a good point in the comments, though, and I don't know how this guy passing, but he's right. While I think, and I hate to say it because he's in our division, Source and Joel, I think Jaden Daniels is actually going to be a good quarterback. I'm not sure about that offensive line right now. How much is that did they fix? And I would probably I like Chicago's O-line a little bit better too.
Over Washington's?
Oh, Washington's O-line? Oh, yeah, for sure. But again, they got legs. They'll be all right. They will be fine. Joe Burrow has no legs and is still okay. All right? And we know what that offensive line was. So
We hope he's okay.
these gentlemen will be A-okay.
Hey, Source, you got any thoughts on the rookie? Who you like? Anybody?
Caleb Williams, that's about it. But yeah, I can see Daniels, depending on how that Washington offense looks.
Yeah.
But I expect
They just got to look better than they did. They don't have to win a division, right? Yeah, they ain't got to be up there. They just got to look better than they did.
No, nobody. I mean, nobody expects that.
Yeah.
Well, somebody does, but nobody uses logic.
No one here. Yeah, no one here. No one here.
Yeah. So yeah, Caleb Williams is probably the answer. That's just the easy answer.
Yeah.
It is easy.
It's a safe one until the season starts, and we can get a better look at everyone.
Last thing, guys. Super Bowl 59. Any thoughts on who the participants will be on both sides?
You know what's crazy? I'm now on the other side to where I have no interest in seeing Kansas City in the Super Bowl again. But I'm pretty sure that's how people felt about New England. But
you are one to talk, sir. You are one
I was about to say, man, I now know how the other side feels, and it's not great.
Some of us would love to have that problem.
Oh yeah, that's a great problem to have.
I'm gonna say, man, because Source sold me. I'm going Lamar Jackson. I'm going the Ravens for the AFC. And for the NFC,
that's an NFC tough one, bro.
NFC is a tough one because you want to say Niners, right? But I don't want another year of the Niners going there and then looking fraudulent, right? Because it sets a bad tone for the NFC. You go there, you look bad. It's like, damn, nobody else is better than y'all. Nobody else could have put on a better showcase than you guys. Source, I want to say Eagles, but you took one from Brady, so I never want to see your success. So I'm gonna have to go Niners. I'm gonna have to go Ravens, Niners. I don't know.
Okay. That's something we've seen before.
Yeah. Oh wow! Yes, I forgot that was the brother versus brother. Yeah, I forgot. Where didn't Beyonce shut down after halftime?
I'll never forget. That's one Super Bowl I'll never forget. Not because of the lights, but I watched that Super Bowl at the hospital. So my son was in high school. Yeah, it was crazy. One of my sons was in school, and he broke his leg. So, and that was like a couple of days before the Super Bowl, so he had to have surgery. So, and I said, man, my man is in the hospital. Super Bowl time, he can be in there watching the game by himself. So we went to
FaceTime him.
We actually went there, got food, got pizza. Another family came in. Their son was waiting to have some type of surgery. They did the exact same thing. So we had two families eating pizza and snacks in the hospital watching the Super Bowl.
That's much love. That's much love. No I would have used FaceTime on heavy.
Anybody else got any thought?
Mine isn't that different, but I'm gonna go just to be different. I'm gonna go with Niners, Texans, and I think finally the Niners get over that hump.
I mean, yeah. Damn, so you got CJ going there and then just flatlining.
Hey, man, he's young. It's going to happen. You're gonna fall on your face.
I would need that D-line to get after Purdy, man.
I was about to say, if you can beat Patrick Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl, Niners can't be the team you lose to. I'm sorry. If you beat Patrick Mahomes, your resume going to look crazy. Like, wait, who beat you? Brock Purdy? Nah. That's crazy.
What you got, Source?
I was gonna say the Harbaugh Bowl again. But since Juan already said that, let me go ahead and switch it up. I don't even have the confidence to say the Eagles. I can't even do it. Man.
Say what's on your chest. Say it with your chest, man. Say what's on your
chest. That's the problem. Look, I'm trying to be different. I can't. Baltimore, San Francisco. I'm going with that.
There you go.
Okay.
Bad as I undoubtedly got Kansas City going right back.
Of course, we all know that.
Now, not just because of my love for Mahomes, but I look at this offense, bro, and you're talking about, there's no more Kadarius Toney. There's no MVS. But what they did, as long as they can keep Rashee Rice out of jail,
which might serve difficult.
Yeah. And then
trying to go to jail.
Xavier Worthy. We ain't talked about him the whole show. The rookie. Texas. Remember, they moved down to the 28th spot to get him. Fastest guy in the draft, 4.240. We've already seen what he looks like in the preseason against, the presumed starters, or some of the starters anyway. They've already developed a connection. Even Carson Wentz was hitting him pretty when Carson was. After they take Mahomes out of there, that speed is ridiculous. And Source and I talked about last week. The only team is probably as fast as them man for man in the league is the Miami Dolphins. That speed is ridiculous, bro. Pacheco out here feeling himself. It's going to be hard for me to go. And they've added, if they can get him on the field, I see he's going to start off missing week 1 at least. But they Hollywood Brown. We're talking about speed. You know what I'm saying? You've got some very good receivers over there, some speed to work with. So I can't go against Kansas City until somebody puts them down. On the other side of the ball, I hate to say that the Niners going to go back, but they probably going back, so that's what I'm going to say. I want to so badly to really say the Detroit Lions. Right?
I love that. Yeah.
I want it to be Dallas Cowboys, but since it's not going to be the Dallas Cowboys, I want it to be the Detroit Lions, right? But I got to stand by what I said. I ruffled a couple of feathers in the group, especially one of our guys we had on the show a long time ago, Chris Robin, when I made the comment after the Detroit Lions, what did they blew a 24-7 lead at halftime against the San Francisco 49ers. I made the comment that I wonder will they ever recover, right? And I didn't mean recover as far as being a bad team. I mean, he went off on that joint, right? Still think they're going to be one of the top teams in the National Football League, and definitely in the NFC. But sometimes things like that happen, and you get put in that position again and again, and I don't know. I don't know what you call it, but you just can't get over that hump when everything was laid out there for you. Because I really believe if they could have gotten to the Super Bowl, I think they give Kansas City a legit run. I really do. The way that the offense is set up, I think they give them a legit run. I'm not saying they would have beat Kansas City, but a legit run. So I want to put them in it so bad. But let's just see how they take what happened to them last year. That was an embarrassment. That was an embarrassment. Yeah. 24 points in the first half. You up by 17 at the half, and you only score again. You don't score again until the fourth quarter. So we'll see if Detroit does better. So I'm gonna go rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
Damn.
Wait, rematch of last year?
Kansas City, San Francisco.
Yep.
You know I'm tripping, Source. I swear I thought last year's Super Bowl was the Eagles. I'm tripping. Tripping. Yeah.
You saw some things happen at the end of that joint that happened in there, but yeah. But yeah.
It's because Kansas City's been in there so many times. I'm losing track on who because they faced San Fran twice or once? Just once. Twice, right? I'm losing track.
13.
Yeah, I'm losing track, man. It's stressing me.
I'm thinking about the Tampa joint, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, it's stressing me, man. Okay, yeah. No, I would like to see Detroit go there because I think the biggest success story in the NFL heading into next year is the quarterback for Detroit. There's no one in the NFL like individual person I want to see succeed more than that guy. Just consistent, man, and be able to rebuild his image going there. Shout out to everybody in Detroit. I think they're crazy talented. But yeah, Niners Chiefs is the way to go. I just don't want to see Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl again. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
You might say it.
I can't. Come on, Lamar.
You heard the story about she's so into football now that she tried to draw some plays. And
Stop it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard Patrick say he might have to throw a couple of them in there. Bro, I swear, if post game is Patrick going, yeah, Taylor drew this up, I can't watch football anymore this year, yo. I can't.
That's going to be the name of the play.
At this point,
Taylor Swift.
Is it backyard football or real football? If the Chiefs are so much better than everybody, Patrick is just like, yeah, we don't need an offensive coordinator. Taylor just drew up like 8 plays. I'm going to throw it behind my back, between my legs. I'm going to throw it with my eyes closed. Like, we just don't take football seriously anymore. Like, that's how good the Chiefs are. And I think that's dangerous for the league. So I need someone to just, humble them just a little bit.
This coming from a Patriots fan, it's crazy.
Again, Brady did not take this team to the Super Bowl this consecutively. All right? Mahomes is single-handedly taking the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, 4 or 5 years in a row. No. We didn't go in a row. We did not go in a row. All right? We took a couple years off. We took 10 years off at one point. Now we're on that road again.
Three out of the four? 3 out of the 4? What was that? I'm trying to remember.
One of them, there was a year gap for that Eagles one. There was a year gap. I don't think they were back to back to back. Because remember, we won all those 3. And, Chiefs have a chance to become the first team to win 3 in a row. So we didn't win 3 in a row. We missed one year and then came back and won.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any Swifties out there in the comments or lifters. What could be the name of these songs, man? Like Cruel Summer? You know what I'm saying? Anti-hero.
That's about to be a play. That's about to be the name of one of the plays. Yeah, Cruel Summer. Yeah.
Cruel Summer. You know what I'm saying? Down bad. When you draw up a play when they already up by 24 and they decide to score again, and they caught the plays when we call down bad.
Down bad, yeah. I would be rolling if that happens.
You can hit Patrick Mahomes in the comments.
2 out of 3 Super Bowls that were consecutive.
Wait, there was back to back to back? Who did we lose to? Because I know we did Carolina, the Rams, and then the Eagles. And then we took our 10-year vacation.
Who was the loss too early?
What are you trying to figure out?
Oh, no. Well, I know in the 90s we lost to Brett Favre. And then after that, I think New England in that Tom Brady early era only had Rams, Carolina, and the Eagles.
2-1. What was the year in between? 2003?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because I know there was a year gap. Yeah, there was a year gap. Because it was Brady's sophomore year that it felt like, oh man, is this guy good?
It was 2003. Is that the Ravens? No.
Yes, 2003. I think was the Ravens. Yeah, I think it was the Ravens. Yeah, I think so.
The Ravens.
Yeah, when yes. Yeah. And then I think we were 04. I think we were 2001, 2002, 2004. And then we took our 10-year vacation.
245. I think it was 245. But that's I'm just gonna fact check it while I'm here. Might as well.
Yeah, go on.
I just know we didn't go that as often as it seems like the Chiefs are about to go. They seem like they got it, they by their yearly pass.
Was it classic? So we're talking about the year or the year the Super Bowl was played, because the 2000. Yeah, because the year, if we're talking about the year, would have been 2002, which in 2003, that was the Raiders and the Bucks. So the 2003 season would show as the 2004 Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, when they beat the brakes off them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They went 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, come on now, Source. Don't be trying to lump us up there with Patrick Mahomes and their yearly pass to the Super Bowl.
They went 3 out of 4, then they went 4 out of 5, sir.
Not consecutively.
Time frame.
Not consecutively.
You're just being ridiculous. Okay.
I'm just saying the Chiefs are going consecutively. That's all I'm saying. That's the only point I made, is that the Chiefs are going consecutively. There's no break. We're not going to get a break. It's just going to be Chiefs every single year. Now, whether or not they win it, who knows? But this is what, their 5th year? No, how many does Mahomes got? It's blurry at this point.
You said how many? How many
Super Bowls? Yeah, how many Super Bowls?
He went 3 out of 4.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Because it was New England.
He won 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. The only team they lost to was Brady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One more time. Who did he lose to?
We know. We know.
Oh,
Brady when he was in a Tampa Bay uniform.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's Patriot adjacent. Okay, we count that. We got that. He stopped Mahomes from getting to a Super Bowl in New England, then beat him in the Super Bowl. You count that. Yeah, it's adjacent.
What you say, Source?
Kansas City last year. Kansas City against Philly. The Rams against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep.
Bengals.
Oh, no, Conway. No. We don't play those kind of reindeer games. Absolutely not. What does Shannon Sharp say? If you hurt and you on the field, you're healthy. All right? He played in that game, and Tom Brady took out his belt when all that conversation was, this is the air.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, he's saying because he was injured. No. No.
Man, they beat the brace off the people. And if I remember correctly, somebody said they were going to lose by 20, I think. Somebody on this show said.
Oh, we got Sostradamus?
I mean, one out of 20 ain't bad. 1 out of 20 ain't bad.
Mahomes will blow Tom Brady out the water. Tom Brady looked like he could compete against Mahomes today. Conway, stop playing before you make that man go play in Oakland. But you get this man to play for the Raiders. Stop playing around. All right?
Oakland would love that.
That man will throw to Devontae Adams every day and
Unfortunately,
put Mahomes in his place. Oh, sorry.
I just like to confirm, so we're all on the same page. Juwan was incorrect. That's all.
I was incorrect on what?
Consecutive Super Bowls.
Oh. It's not as big as it looks like Mahomes is about to be. That's all I'm saying.
Point of this conversation. We've been talking about this for 15 minutes.
We went to the Super Bowl once or twice, Source. Like, it's not that serious. Once or twice we went to the Super Bowl. It's not that serious. Chiefs have gone like 6 out of the last 10 years. It's crazy, man. It's like a paradox. I don't know what year it is because it's the same year, right? Every year it's Chiefs. It's annoying. It's crazy. Just saying.
I ain't gonna say what you sound like because it's too close to the election. So I ain't gonna say
sensitive times.
Oh man, it's not stopping anytime soon. Conway is a legit Chiefs fan. I'm seeing.
I'm seeing. All the way. Yeah.
From the crib. Hey, I do have before we go. I mean, after Prime, does the benediction. I have one question that I want to ask before we go.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just ready for the season. Like you said, you got football on Thursday and Friday. So the Eagles going to be wearing some better looking uniforms. Pretty excited about that. Because they have to, of course. But yeah, I ain't even going to lie, they do look kind of sweet. So I do say nice things about the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, and it is what it is, man. I can't wait to get at this thing for the rest of the season. So what you want to say, man? Go ahead.
It's not football related. I just want to make sure we good.
Oh,
we doing it on the show or after the show?
No, on the show. Before
on the show. All right, okay. Juwan, you got anything you want to leave today?
Just make sure you guys are following us at Unhealthy and Unstable on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We go live every Wednesday at 8, and sometimes on Thursdays we stream games. So maybe don't look for it this week, but at some point we'll be on Thursdays. But Wednesday, we're there every Wednesday.
Joel.
Same. I mean, what he said, basically. but
I was waiting for it.
You can find him where you find him. That's where it is.
Yeah, right.
Except that's if you really want to find me on Twitter or Instagram, that's my handle, Joel_J27. But aside from that, what he said is what counts for me too.
Same.
Me, y'all know y'all find me right here. You find me over at SBP on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at PrimeSBK. And sometimes I be other places. Like on YouTube, you can find us on SBP TV. And other than that, I just be where I'm at. That's it. So it's what you got.
I have a question for you, gentlemen.
Oh boy.
So, if you remember the last time we were all together, there was a conversation. My AirPod died. There was a conversation about the Knicks and settling with what you had and running with that. Is this that, or is this different? I just want to know.
Wait, settling with this team?
Y'all said y'all wanted to run it back, no changes. Y'all, all of y'all.
We said we'd be fine.
Time out. Hold on. Because I remember this conversation. We said we wanted to keep this core together. We didn't want to trade Julius Randle or anything like that. We did say we would love Mikal Bridges, but we saw that as like a pipe dream. Like that was just like you guys are just talking out of your butts. I never thought that would happen. And technically,
no idea that was possible.
Technically, you got him without really giving up anything. I mean, you don't count Bojan, right? So it's like you essentially gave up nothing, which I consider giving up nothing to go get Mikal Bridges. So for me, it is technically running it back, but 2.0. Like it's running it back on steroids. So yes, I am very happy with what we did. Because I think a lot of us Knicks fans, our issue was January was like the greatest month for us Knicks fans last year. And then it started to get injured consecutively. And it was just like, well, there goes the season. So now a chance that you can spread it around a lot more. No one has to, as you Source and Dig, so elegantly put, needs to be run down. Now that you can move a lot of pieces around. Yes, I'm very happy with what we did. I'm very happy.
Agreed.
Cool.
I agree. He said it perfectly.
Yeah,
we won't push it.
My biggest thing was, I don't exactly. I didn't need a change, but I will accept this change. This is like it was about not messing with the chemistry too much. You don't want to make anything that was going to really, break what the good I felt we had. And to me, you just added to it. You didn't really lose anything. Losing Isaiah hurts. Like the backup center is still questionable because Mitch is a little injury prone. So that is a question. It's a legit question that hopefully that gets resolved mid-season. But as of right now, on paper, I'm very happy with my team. Yes.
Can I ask a return question?
Sure.
I'm very much interested in hearing the other side. What do you think of that move?
Yeah.
It's cool. I think it's a change in the team. I'm not gonna say tremendously, but it is a change. It was gonna be a change regardless, because as soon as Randall's on the court at the same time as Brunson doesn't get to take 42 shots. He doesn't get to Brunson doesn't get to go one-on-one over and over and over. He doesn't. He does not.
True. Check that January tape. I keep trying to remind people, you were having two players almost average 30 together. In that month of January.
He didn't have to average 50, 40.
Right.
Right. We can share. Right. Nothing wrong with that.
All right. Okay.
No. Because you're not wrong. You do look at it and you go, Brunson can't be what he was from February to the end of the season. But if you do watch that January over again, Brunson was averaging almost 25. Randall was legit averaging 25 in that month of January. So it was kind of the balance of just those two ping-ponging off of each other. And then the idea of, okay, we can't double either one. So, okay, let's go double Randall. Now you're leaving DiVincenzo open for backdoor passes or open threes. So all it does now is it opens the offense more. So, yes, you're right. Brunson doesn't need to shoot as much as he did before, but that's a good thing. It doesn't detract from anything. It just opens everyone up more because now you can officially space to where it's now, who do we guard? Because we know OG is lethal from the corner. Mikal Bridges can go get you 20, right? And we know what Randall and Brunson can do. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It maybe hurts Jalen Brunson for being MVP next year, but it doesn't hurt the team that he doesn't have to go get 40 every game. It helps. Because like you said, you don't have to run him down, right? You don't have to run him down at any point.
I need them there.
You now got
all of them.
Yeah. So you now don't have to play Randall super hard or Brunson super hard. Yeah. Now that you've got the pieces you got.
That's why my biggest question is still center. And
just a center spot.
That's it. Yeah. And it's not because Mitch ain't good. It's just, right. I mean, I like Achua. I love Mitch, but like Mitch is injury prone. Achua has, he's Achua.
That's a heck of a problem. That's a crazy problem to have, though. You have no backup center really, and your guy that is your starting center get hurt every year.
Yeah,
every year.
So that's crazy. But, so I just say this real quick about it. My thing, we were pretty much on the same page as far as the changes. I'm just gonna say is, was I ever 100% about against making the changes? No. My thing was, I don't think we should have made. I didn't want to make the changes as far as Julius Randle is concerned, trying to move him without seeing what we have first. You know what I'm saying? We played this well. We're playing well before he got hurt. We pulled it together after he got hurt, and he started to have this deep success that nobody saw coming. Why in the world would I want to move him until I get him back and see what I got? Add him back into the success we were having. Now, I'm not saying this ain't a legit conversation that we might not have later on down the road. Things don't go a certain way or whatever, then you might have to go back and look at what you got and make some moves. There was no way I felt like New York should have look to move any of those pieces. Or Julius Randle, which is really the guy that was in question, before you saw what you're going to have, with him coming back.
All right.
But it is what it is. So, so football guys, we in there. Everybody enjoy the games on Thursday and Friday. Sunday is going to be big, even though it's going to be funny not seeing like Green Bay on a Sunday or, what I'm saying, the Eagles on a Sunday. But it is what it is. But we look forward to a great season. Y'all check us out. Stay in the comments. And, hey, these guys will be back. So it is what it is. We appreciate y'all. It's another day to be great. Go be great in it. We out.